People, what is up? This is Eddie and Eddie, and welcome to another video on the channel for you guys today. And we are going to be doing Xavi Hernandez, Barcelona, how to basically start up a career mode, like as you would with Xavi Hernandez, for example. We're just going to go through the formations, the players he's most likely to keep, the player most likely to sell, the players he'll look to bring in. It's a little bit difficult, Xavi Hernandez, because he's only had a few seasons in management, so it's a little bit difficult to tell what he would do. But anyway, let's get into it. So if you guys do happen to enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe. That'd be very much appreciated. But enough from me. Let's get into the video. Here we are on the squad. I've gone through basically what Barcelona are traditional for. We all know the 4-3-3 formation. You know, the 4-3-3 holding / the 4-3-3 false 9. That is what we've probably known Barcelona to play throughout most of the years. You know, obviously through like MSN and, you know, with Xavi as well and Iniesta and all them players. So I've decided to do that here. I've decided to go for the squad, and it's that they don't have that much quality in depth, Barcelona. So that's definitely something you guys need to look into. So, let me just go over the players that Xavi Hernandez will probably look to maybe, you know, improve and sell on. So, the players I could see him probably using, I can see him stick with Piqué, Busquets, Alba, Pedri, De Jong. I feel like this kind of, you know, like, middle to the board, the bottom left side of the team is pretty much safe for the time being. Garcia, maybe, I'm not really too sure on Garcia. He might look to bring in another, potentially better centre-back, you know, someone that has done it, but he is a good youngster. Ter Stegen, a good goalkeeper, despite having a bit of a shaky few years. Ter Stegen of recently. About a few years ago, he was very good, but I think this season and last season not been really the greatest. I think he's definitely going to look to get a right winger in, and maybe like a pure striker now, especially unfortunately with Aguero's issues at the moment. You know, honestly, we wish him all well, but I think Dembele, I think his right wing is probably going to be his main priority. Definitely another midfielder in the squad. So let's go for the players I would suggest you guys should be looking to move on. Well, in the first player you guys could already move on is Neto, the Brazilian goalkeeper. They've already got Iniki Peña, and Tenaz, who I've heard very promising things from Barcelona fans in real life. And Barcelona fans are the viewers of the channel as well. I'll put him on the transfer list. Neto, he's already been heavily linked and moves away back to, I think, Valencia. He's been linked to Arsenal as well. You know, so I think Neto could be a perfect time for him to leave. The player we're going to go into is Samuel Titi, who hasn't really lived up the hype when they first brought him from Olympic Lyon. Yeah, definitely hasn't worked out. Samuel Titi, heavily injury prone in real life, and also I think a bit of a not that much of a fan favourite anymore, so I'd suggest getting rid of Titi. Okay, so we're on Sergio, but I would suggest actually not selling Sergio Roberto, because I think what he could do now, instead of playing right back, you could try and convert him into a centre midfielder and maybe try and use him there and add that bit of extra depth. So I would say keep Roberto and use him as a centre midfielder, and I think he will definitely thrive there. Another few players to talk about is Gonzalez and Xavi. These two players I would heavily suggest using. These are two. Xavi could be the next Xavi, let's say. Is it Gavi? And Gavi could be the next Xavi. He looks absolutely incredible, to be honest. I could see this guy having a really bright future at Barcelona. Just hopefully injuries don't ruin his career or anything like that. I've seen that happen many times with youngsters, but I do think he will do well. Next player I'm going to say get rid of. This player, I really love Coutinho, but he's just not the right fit for Barcelona anymore. And I thought he was when he first signed. I was really kind of excited when I first heard the news. I remember Coutinho first moved to Barcelona, but hasn't worked out at all. You know, he's just been sitting on the bench, and when he did start, didn't have the massive amount of impact. I don't think relationships are quite well with Coutinho and Barcelona themselves. So I would heavily suggest saying Coutinho's already been linked to clubs like Newcastle, Spurs, Arsenal, you know, even Everton over recent years, actually. Well, I think last season he was all linked with them. One is what to do with Ousmane Dembele. I potentially would look to... I don't know, I'm very unsure on Dembele's future myself, because Barcelona, I can't see them selling Dembele for the cheap, so I feel like, and I can't see anybody paying the amount of money for Ousmane Dembele back. But I would suggest selling him and maybe look to bring in someone else a little bit more. But maybe keep him for the time being this season. See how he does, really. Because I'm a little bit 50-50 on Dembele. Another player which needs to move on, I'm sorry to say, it needs to be Martin Braithwaite. I don't have anything against him. I just feel like this is Barcelona we're talking about, and Martin Braithwaite is each being debated as a starter for Barcelona. That should not be even a debate. So I would definitely look moving on Braithwaite. So these are the players I'm looking sell. Coutinho, get rid of him. Braithwaite, get rid of him. Neto, get rid of him. Titi, get rid of him. There's a lot of players could even add on there. A few which I was debating, like I said, Ousmane Dembele, Lenglet, that's another one that I was debating as well. Honestly, Ousmane Dembele, Lenglet, another ones, but a little bit of a 50-50 one, so I don't think Barcelona will sell them because they're on massive contracts at the club, and they're also, you know, can have good games. So yeah, now we're going to get through to some signings which you guys should make. I think I do highly suggest doing in this Barcelona career mode is hire youth scouts, get the best of the very best. Make La Masia great again. Rebuild your youth scouts. Now Barcelona are known for bringing in through so many brilliant youngsters through La Masia. You know, honestly, I would highly suggest using the youth academy with your Barcelona career mode. And if you pre-order the game, you do get like a scout future star. Obviously, they won't be the same always. I'll show you my one in case any of you guys are curious. It looks like it's Tony Astrade. Yep, this guy's 73 rated, 17 years of age. I do highly suggest using the Youth Academy and trying to use the players in the Youth Academy, because in real life, Barcelona don't have the most amount of money. So I think using Youth Academy maybe 1 season or 2 seasons, unless you sell players for massive profit, would be a very good deal. Okay, so I've added down as many players the shortlist as I can think of that I think would be slightly-ish realistic. You know, so first one is Pau Torres. This guy, I think, is ready for the next step in his career. He's all been linked to, I think he's already been linked to Spurs and a few Premier League. I think Man City, probably one of the most notable ones of recent. But he is a very good defender, valued at quite a lot of money, though wages aren't that much of an issue. But if you can manage to sell or manage to do a swap deal with like someone like Lenglet or Umtiti, get this guy for a lot cheaper. He's a very good centre-back. He can bring back that Spanish core in that defence. And I feel like he would be an upgrade next to Gerard Piqué. I feel like he would be. I would suggest playing him across with Piqué, but you still keep Eric Garcia, develop Eric Garcia, and then you got Pau Torres and Eric Garcia, or maybe that Araju guy. Next one is a bit more of a high-rated one, Aymeric Laporte from Man City. This guy apparently, I think at the start of the season, handed in a transfer request rumoured there and wasn't happy under Pep Guardiola. He has played in La Liga before, mainly for Athletic Club, and he was linked to Barcelona at the time. I do think this guy would be a brilliant signing, but then again, he's another one which is expensive. If you can manage to sell some players, maybe you can get this guy on the cheap. This could be a brilliant deal and definitely a massive improvement at the back. Next one is Coquet, the French CDM. Barcelona have looked in the French league and looked at French players through recent years. You look at French players that they brought. You only got to look at Lenglet, Umtiti, Dembele. You've also brought Depay from Lyon as well, and Umtiti from Lyon. So I feel like maybe looking at Coquet, Maximi, looks like a brilliant young centre mid / CDM. I feel like he could be very good. Same with this Bruno Guimaraes guy. I think he could be another brilliant player to bring in at 23 years of age. He's 80 rated. If any guys are curious, they're probably valued at probably around about 23-ish million. Next one is Dani Olmo from Leipzig, valued at 39.5 million, 82 overall. Cam, age 23, got some very good stats in him, 4-star, 4-star. This guy was heavily linked towards Barcelona on deadline and tried to get him on the deadline, but it didn't manage to fall through for Barcelona. So, but however, he's a player who's been heavily linked, so I would suggest maybe looking at Dani Olmo. Next player we're going to go into is a man which hasn't had too much game time at Chelsea, but he's a fantastic player, Hakim Ziyech. The Morocco right winger, a very good technical dribbler on the ball. Left-footed as well, 5'11", 5-star skill move, some very good stats there. I do think this guy would be a brilliant signing to add into the squad, and can also play cam, which is very helpful. Next one is Anthony, the one which we, funny enough, we put on from the Spurs video. Sorry for the spoilers, but Anthony, another brilliant player. I think he has a massive, massive, massive bright future ahead of him, and he's an excellent player. Next one is Pedro Goncalves. This guy's valued at 81 million, but this guy is a fantastic youngster. I think this guy could potentially be your next Lionel Messi, to be honest with you, because this guy's so good technically in terms of his stats. Can also play centre mid, which is perfect. But got rid of 97 million. I think this guy would be the perfect replacement for Dembele. Finesse, shot, flair, long shot taker, playmaker, and technical dribbler. You just can't argue against that. Next one is Aubameyang. The only reason why I've done Aubameyang, I wouldn't suggest him, but the only reason why, because he's been linked to Barcelona in real life, apparently on an emergency loan deal because of the Aguero situation and the few injuries that they've suffered. But I think Pierre Aubameyang would be a great player to have in the squad if you do decide going to be left mid. Good strike and definitely do a job for you for a season, maybe two. But there you go, Aubameyang. Next player is Moussa Dembele, another Olympic Lyon player. You guys get the trend that I'm going with here. But this man already played for Atletico Madrid. Didn't play too much for them, but still did all right when he played. I think bringing him into Barcelona and potentially using him as your first choice striker or as your backup or someone that, you know, can compete for the first team, I feel like would be a very good idea. Next one is Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan. Another player who's been heavily linked towards moves away to like Real Madrid, Spurs and Arsenal. I think if Barcelona can get in and get the deal for Lautaro Martinez, that'd be incredible. Very good striker, very quick. Got some good balance, good jumping, reactions is brilliant, aggression's quite high, position, dribbling's good, finishing's fantastic, heading is quite good surprisingly for a 5'9" player. And we all know Barcelona are quite well known for having some very good Argentinian players, aka Messi. And the final one, Alexander Isak from this guy. Honestly, is probably one of the best youngsters in the world at the moment. This guy is nothing short of phenomenal. 21 years of age, 38.5 million. Definitely going to cost a lot of money, especially past the financial issues. But I feel like if you can sell some players and then potentially bring in this guy and use the youth system, this guy should last you for the entire career mode. I think this would be my main striker you guys should go in for because he is nothing short of phenomenal. But anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys have, please do make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you guys are new. But yeah, honestly, thank you all for watching. And I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Take care, people. Speak to you soon. See ya.